1050 AM and 106.5 FM, KCAA Loma Linda.
Welcome to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show, where we talk about food, fashion, finance, and foundations of life. We are live on KCAA Radio Broadcasting Network. KCAA is affiliated with CNBC, NBC News, and NBC Sports. We are sponsored by Sheltered Studios, Fire Connect, and Building Solid Foundation.
Welcome, everyone. This is your host, Marie Antoinette Wade, here at the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show, live on KCAA Radio Network. We are here every Sunday at 3 o'clock p.m. Pacific time, so make sure that you tune into your favorite streaming channels. We are also available on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, and Android app. You just have to subscribe to Building Solid Foundations channel, and you'll be able to watch our show on demand. And we all have our previous shows in there, and I hope you enjoy watching all of them. And today our theme is fun. It's all about having fun. And my special guest is Karen Deloach, who is a speaker, art coach, college art teacher, author, minister, wife, grandma, and now who is going to be a radio show host here at the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show. She has a BFA in painting and a master's in studio art, also a filmmaking certificate in directing, producing with a program called Art as a Self-Therapy Wellness Through Creativity. Karen's students have fun doing hands-on exercises guaranteed to reduce stress, help process emotions, improve communication skills, as well as increase imagination and focus, and get a boost from the release of serotonin, the happiness chemical. Everyone is surprised not only by what have accomplished, but also by how the process makes them feel. Wherever she teaches is a no criticism zone. I love that. And a safe place to explore, try new things, and experience the joy and healing power of creative expression. Welcome, Karen, to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show.
It is a privilege to be with you. You are amazing, Marie, and I feel honored to be here. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. I mean, you are an incredible, talented artist, so I'm excited to learn more about it. So tell us, I mean, how did it all start for you?
Well, I was always interested in art. My mom took us to museums when we were little children, and they would leave me behind because I wanted to read everything and look at everything. So even as a young child, I was fascinated by the beauty of art. And I lived in the New Jersey, New York area. We had plenty of museums, and then near Washington, D.C., with all the Smithsonian and all the art places. So it was in me from the beginning to want to do art. So I'm very grateful for a mom that encouraged us in the creative. So that was my start. I wasn't really a very good art student. That's the truth. I really had, I'm sorry, it kind of touches me a little bit. Okay. I was really good as an athlete, as an actor, but art was really difficult for me. I had trouble drawing, and I was drawn to it, but I wasn't very good at painting either. I'm sorry, I've got something going on with my eye there. But so I had to work really, really hard at drawing. And that was how I got started. And then I decided to go to art school. Okay. And that was a tough adventure because they were very hard on me. And the truth is that when they gave us our talks, I got such bad reviews. They used 4-letter words to describe my art. And I remember the pain that I felt, the rejection and the shame that was so real that I ended up changing my major to ceramics and not doing painting and not being able to complete a painting for 20 years.
Wow.
Their words went deep in me. I came into agreement that I wasn't very good. And because of that, I cut myself off of my creative life for a very long time until I was able to be mentored by a old school master painter who really taught me how to paint, because I like painting realism. I like painting things that look like what they're supposed to look like. Whereas abstract expressionism was the model of the day. So
Okay.
it was not what I wanted to do with my artistic career. Well, he taught me, gave me confidence to the point where now I get commissions and I'm able to win awards and enter competitions as a painter, and I've gotten so much joy. I even do murals, and I love to do murals in restaurants and homes. So that part of my life got really free, and I got healing from the wounds in my soul. And I have experienced the healing that art can bring. And I have some wonderful examples of students that have had the same experience.
Wow, that is incredible. It's amazing how you were able to take that pain and use it for your advantage to be successful in the art industry.
Well, thank you. I have another story. This is one of my students. I worked with him as a young teenager, and he was so good. He won Best in Show at our Tri-City youth art competition, not just best in his age division, but best in the whole competition. And then tragedy struck 3 months later, and he had a brain infection that caused a stroke. He was only 17 years
Oh
old
no.
and paralyzed on the right side. They didn't
Okay.
even know if he was going to live. 4 months later, when his mom got him out of the hospital, she brought him back to my studio, and we attempted to teach him to draw left-handed instead of with his right hand. Well, surprisingly, he got good at it really, really fast. So much so that his neurosurgeon called me and said, "What are you doing?" He's better with his weak left hand than I am, and I'm a surgeon. Because his neural pathways he had developed as an artist were still working for him. So he was able to draw beautifully with his left hand, and he surprised his own surgeon. So that showed me not only the power, but the healing power of art in our lives. I started doing a study of the right brain and creativity, and discovered so many wonderful things about our incredible brains that I have gotten on fire about combining art with healing and wellness. And that is my passion these days.
Wow. That is incredible. I didn't realize that, healing is a part of art. So now you're kind of opening up our minds in terms of how that there's a strong connection between the two. So that is really
Absolutely.
amazing.
It is. And it's already got scientific proof. There's a whole field called neuro art, where just looking at art releases serotonin, which is the happiness chemical. But
Yes.
doing art and actually participating in any kind of creative activity releases even more serotonin. You can overcome depression and any stress or burnout or things that are keeping you bound and not really having the thriving lifestyle that you really want to have. Art can be a great component to get you set free and have a breakthrough in these areas.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this question. I mean, what specific things that you do in art? Because you mentioned you are in ceramics. I mean, what are the main things that you really help people learn?
Well, it all starts with drawing. That's the most
Okay.
fundamental thing for artists, for anybody in any of the creative arts field. And here's the key. Here's a secret sauce is I can teach people how to draw from the right side of their brain, even if they don't want to be an artist, if they've not had any training, or even if they just want to get better and more confident in their skills. So I have these techniques, these hands-on techniques that help my students, anybody that wants to learn how to draw can. If you can dream, you can draw.
Okay. And how young can they start?
Oh, I've started with really little children, but usually moms help if they're under 5. And I've worked with 55 to 85 to 95-year-olds. So there's no difference. It's like, what age are you when you start learning to play the piano? It's when you can sit on the stool and reach the keys, right? Well, it's the
Okay.
same thing with art. You can learn to draw very, very young. However, there's parts of the brain that aren't quite developed, especially in boys, until about 8 or 9. Whereas
Okay.
girls can start a little younger, although I have seen some prodigy boys even that were as young as 6 and could already see and perceive, because usually that part of the brain is a little slower in developing in boys. But to them, you know how little children, they draw a box and a triangle and that's their house. They draw mommy with a little skirt on and daddy has, whatever. And to them, in their mind, those aren't symbols. Those are actual representations of their mom, of their dad, of their house.
Okay.
The sun is has those spikes coming out of the side of him, and that to them, that's not a symbol of that's real. But then something happens developmentally in our prefrontal cortex. I'm not really a scientist, but anyway, that development enables them to now see, oh, that doesn't look like my house. And that's a critical point where if they could learn to draw then, get some training and or the training that they already had then kicks in. And I've had that. I've seen that happen with young boys that had my classes, and I'm thinking the whole time, gee, maybe there are some people that can't learn to draw, but then something happens over the summer and they grow in their brain, and the next semester they're just drawing like crazy.
Okay.
And I asked them, I said, what do you think? Do you feel like now you can draw? And then they were like, they didn't even know what I was talking about. To them, it hadn't changed.
Okay. Well,
But they
so
weren't like,
anyone can pretty much learn it, whether they have a talent or not, they can learn it and be able to explore their creativity out of the learnings.
absolutely,
Okay.
without a doubt. I've seen it over and over and over again. I particularly love at this point in my life working with other seniors, because at our age, we're the ones really most concerned with keeping our mental acuity, right? Well,
Okay.
the fact that doing creative acts stimulates your right side of the brain and the interconnective neural pathways between your right and left brain. So even 15 or 20 minutes a day can help with mental acuity and keeping your brain fresh
Wow.
every day, and your emotions, because it's fun. You're looking at color, you're looking at beauty. And even if you don't feel like yours is great, if you don't let yourself get into that criticism zone, and that's what you were talking about as you were talking through my bio, having a no criticism zone, not only because of my personal experience of having been rejected that way. I don't do that to my students. And I found that if you allow them the freedom to learn and give yourself grace to go through that learning process of getting better and better, it works every
Okay.
time.
Wow,
100% of the
this
time.
is exciting. But we're gonna go take a break and take a commercial break here, Karen. And for you out there, don't go away. We have more amazing discussion with Karen Deloach, and I'm so excited to have her here today. So don't go away. We'll be right back.
Looking to attract your target market without soliciting or doing the cold calling? Call Marie Waite and book your consultation. Branding gives you the power to create a unique and classy perception of your business for your target audience. A marketing plan without the right branding will always cost more, take longer, and tend to deliver subpar results compared to a well-branded business. Marie Waite is a branding strategist who formulates effective marketing and media programs to promote your business in building your name, brand, and legacy. Marie has over 10 years of experience and a proven record of creating strong brand content for business owners, entrepreneurs, and companies using her creative ideas, recommendations, and innovative programs. Book now at mariewaite.com or call her at 951-378-5316, 951-378-5316.
This is Steve Matley. Join me every Thursday at 3 p.m. right here on KCAA for Building Solid Foundations radio talk show. I spent decades as a professional construction manager, business owner, real estate developer, and a college educator, and I enjoy learning new things from other people. We talk a lot about real estate, business, and finance, but we cover a diverse range of other topics as well. Some of the topics we've discussed in the past few months include real estate investing, leadership, higher education, ADUs, marketing using technology, multifamily rental properties, business strategy, entrepreneurship. You never know who may show up or what they may talk about, so join us right here on KCAA for Building Solid Foundations Radio.
Do you remember the power of dreaming? M. Teresa Lawrence helps us all reconnect with imagination through her renowned Leadership of Play coaching program. Schedule a session with Teresa on Instagram at Your Trueness to ignite creativity and pursue huge dreams once more. Don't let your spark fade. DM Teresa at Your Trueness today and reclaim the magic of dreaming.
Fire Up Connect is the most innovative business networking group, supporting and collaborating with a dozen of small businesses that are interested in building and establishing strong business connections, hosting educational live seminars while carrying out business and community-driven projects, as well as marketing programs as a part of its membership program. Fire Up Connect also offers virtual assistance with a wide range of services including inbound customer support, chat support, appointment setting and email management, graphic designing, video editing, web design and development, social media marketing, e-commerce solution, content writing and much more. For more information, head on over to www.fireupconnect.com. Fire Up Connect, helping success stories unfold every day.
Welcome back, everyone, here at the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Talk Show. I am your host, Marie Antoinette Wade, and we are here with our amazing Karen Deloach, who is an artist and with so many titles that you can name it. And she's full of talent, and she's helping so many people from the age of, a young age of 8 years old up to senior. So Karen, give us some more information about your background. I mean, where are you from originally?
Yeah, I'm from New Jersey originally. My family is all from New Jersey, and my father was a Marine, so we moved around. But when you're on a Marine base, you're not really of that town. You're still of the culture of the military. Home was always where my cousins and grandparents and aunts and uncles were up in New Jersey. Then when my father retired when I was a junior in high school, he couldn't find work up there, but he did down in South Carolina, and we ended up in the South. And I have basically lived in the South, except for when I've been traveling overseas ever since. So I'm in the Charleston, South Carolina area, and have been here for 7 years. Love the sunshine. I know you're in a sunshine state too. You love the sunshine down where you are. I love the sunshine.
Yeah, I love San Diego. But one thing I'm curious about, Karen, is your family. Did they also are in the art work? No, just
now
you?
My father was Irish, and he had that gift of storytelling, and he was he was on vaudeville in Brooklyn when he was a child, so he had that theatrical way about him and gave me a love of the theater. My mother loved musical theater, and so theater was a big part of my childhood. Used to put on plays in the backyard, so that's why one of my degrees is in filmmaking. I love storytelling, and I love art that is storytelling. But theater, the arts and entertainment, they're all related, and you very often see people that are good at multiple mediums. They're not just good at one thing, and that was very hard for me to decide, because my minor is in theater, and then I ended up going into filmmaking, because that's the modern way to tell stories, is grab your phone and tell a story. And I have a class of filmmaking students from Uganda. I got to go on a missions trip last year. Wow. And I met these young people that are rescuees. They're amazing. They have amazing stories, and I Zoom talk to them almost every week. And we've already produced one short film, and we're working on our second. We need a bunch of equipment now before we can do it again. Their lenses broke, so they need some new equipment. So I'm really on a mission to raise money for them to continue that. Seeing them share their own experiences and express themselves through this storytelling, and they have a love for God. They're so grateful for their lives. It makes you say, wow, I complained because my car broke down, but hello, these people don't even have a car. So it's things in perspective. But seeing the arts bring them to life as they tell stories, and they're great dancers, and they're so full of joy that they are an inspiration. So I love the way the arts can just be cross-cultural. They're also exploring and telling stories about their own culture. One of the artists I love the best down here in the Charleston area grew up on on the sea islands outside of Charleston. They're called Gullah culture, whereas they're West African slave, they're descendants from them, and they kept their language different and their culture different. And Jonathan Green, who's on the cover of my book, he celebrates his culture as a Gullah artist and brings life and color and just shares his culture from a positive point of view. So I just love Mr. Green. I call him Jonathan. I mean, he's a good friend, and I celebrate his work with my own students because I really want my students to get excited about the beauty of art and architecture.
Well, you
and
make it very, yeah, you make art very exciting. I mean, the way you share your stories and your experiences and where it takes you, I think that is such a inspirational way for people to look at, their work in art, because you're taking it to a different level to where you're also doing some filmmaking and helping other communities even in other countries and having different perspective of life. That is incredible, Karen.
Thank
I
you.
love
Thank
it.
you. Thank you. It's a privilege and a joy. And you know how it is because you're a creative yourself, that when you see it sparked, it really is a joy of my life. And I asked God one time, I said, what is my particular gift? And I heard just clear as a bell in my heart, he said, you stir up the creative in others.
Oh, wow.
So that is, a teacher's desire and heart. Yes, I want my students to learn about the culture of art history for the Western world. It's part of who we are as a Western culture. We look at our art, but also I want them to form an opinion. What do you love? What excites you when you look through this book? And I can show you my book. It's 600 pages of pictures. I have 1,800 pictures in my book because I want them to look at art and find what they love, and they have to write a little paper about what they like and why they like it. And then I make them do hands-on assignments. I make them try it, because how do you have an art history and appreciation course without trying it? Because then you're really going to appreciate it.
Wow,
And they
that's so
are
awesome.
they're
Now,
amazing.
what's the title of your book?
Art History and Appreciation.
Art History and Appreciation. And they can find it where?
Well, it's at the publishers, Kendall Hunt Publishing. Yep. And we just last week finished the second edition. It's an ebook, and it will be on my website, KarenDeloachArt.com, very shortly. So right now I have my how to draw and how to paint ebooks on there on my website. But I also have a free gift for people if they would like to learn about the combination of art and healing. I have a free book there that they can download called Art as Self-Therapy, 5 tips for healing of the soul. So it's
beautiful. Okay, so can you share the website again, if you can spell it out to our listeners? That would be awesome.
Absolutely. Karen Deloach Art at gmail.com. Karen with a Karen, Deloach, Deloach Art, ART. Karen Deloach Art at yahoo.com.
Okay, so that's the email address that they can send it to you, but
Oh no, that's my website. That's my email. You're right, but the website. I'm so sorry. www.KarenDeloachArt.com.
There you go. Awesome. But they can also send you an email if they want to, right?
That's right. Absolutely.
Just in case they want to, ask you more questions. I mean, it is really exciting to have you as our guest here today. I'm really interested on the things that that you teach people, because I myself have done some drawings myself, and I wasn't really sure if I even have the talent, but I know that my family, I have my uncle who's been a famous artist in Baltimore, Maryland. He had tons of artwork, and my mom, I know she did some painting herself. So I was curious if I even have a slight talent for doing it. So I'm really excited to meet you. I would love for you, Karen, to come out here and really be a part of what we're doing in our community, because what you do is very interesting to me. The fact that you're able to use art to heal people and also help the young kids to develop their talent in the art work. I mean, that is a very unique talent that you have. And then not only that, you're helping the seniors increase their level of sharpness when it comes to, being creative and, thinking of things. I mean, that is such a beautiful combination of talent that you have. I love it.
Thank you so much.
I mean, so let me ask you, you're doing so many things. You've done filmmaking, you've gone to other countries, helping other people. Um, I wanted to really understand your, your feeling about your existence in this world. Okay. So, how do you feel right now overall in terms of all of your accomplishments?
I have a joy in my life that I believe is connected to being a creative. But I believe everyone is a creative. It's not about talent. You really, anybody that wants to can learn. It's more a matter of, I really want to take the time. I want to make it a priority. And what I found, I was in the homeschool community for 30 years as a homeschool mom and art teacher and filmmaking teacher. And I didn't find any selfish moms, because you don't homeschool out of selfishness, but they don't prioritize their own needs. So I always made my classes free for the moms, because it was
Oh,
usually
wow.
moms. Once in a while, the dads were bringing them, but mostly it was moms through the years. They could take my classes for free. And I found them to just be so full of talent and just hiding there. Creative talent just needed to be stirred up and encouraged for them to explore that part of their lives that had kind of been dormant while they were really pouring their lives into their families, which is, probably every mom and dad does that. That's for sure. Not just the homeschoolers. Homeschooling just adds another job on top of it. But
So you're helping a lot of moms that are doing homeschooling in order to, help their kids. Is that right? I mean,
yeah,
that is such a, so you're teaching the teachers too at the same time. That is, you are just so talented. I
thank you.
love it. I really do. And so I wanted to expand the new role that you're coming in for the fabulous lifestyle. And we're gonna take a commercial break, but I want to talk to you about it. I'm so excited about it. So, all right, everyone, just don't go away. Stay tuned to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show here on KCAA Radio Network. I am your host, Marie Antoinette Wade, and we are with Karen Deloach, who is an amazing artist and a trainer for a lot of people who wants to be creative. So don't go away. We will be right back.
Looking to attract your target market without soliciting or doing the cold calling? Call Marie Wait and book your consultation. Branding gives you the power to create a unique and classy perception of your business for your target audience. A marketing plan without the right branding will always cost more, take longer, and tend to deliver subpar results compared to a well-branded business. Marie Wait is a branding strategist who formulates effective marketing and media programs to promote your business in building your name, brand, and legacy. Marie has over 10 years of experience and a proven record of creating strong brand content for business owners, entrepreneurs, and companies using her creative ideas, recommendations, and innovative programs. Book now at mariewait.com or call her at 951 378 5316. 951 378 5316.
This is Steve Matley. Join me every Thursday at 3 p.m. right here on KCAA for Building Solid Foundations Radio Talk Show. I spent decades as a professional construction manager, business owner, real estate developer, and a college educator, and I enjoy learning new things from other people. We talk a lot about real estate, business, and finance, but we cover a diverse range of other topics as well. Some of the topics we've discussed in the past few months include real estate investing, leadership, higher education, ADUs, marketing using technology, multifamily rental properties, business strategy, entrepreneurship. You never know who may show up or what they may talk about, so join us right here on KCAA for Building Solid Foundations Radio.
Do you remember the power of dreaming? M. Teresa Lawrence helps us all reconnect with imagination through her renowned Leadership of Play coaching program. Schedule a session with Teresa on Instagram at Your Trueness to ignite creativity and pursue huge dreams once more. Don't let your spark fade. DM Teresa at Your Trueness today and reclaim the magic of dreaming.
Fire Up Connect is the most innovative business networking group, supporting and collaborating with a dozen of small businesses that are interested in building and establishing strong business connections. Hosting educational live seminars while carrying out business and community-driven projects, as well as marketing programs as a part of its membership program. FireUp Connect also offers virtual assistance with a wide range of services including inbound customer support, chat support, appointment setting and email management, graphic designing, video editing, web design and development, social media marketing, e-commerce solution, content writing and much more. For more information, head on over to www.fireupconnect.com. FireUp Connect, helping success stories unfold every day.
Welcome back here at the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Talk Show. I'm your host, Marie Antoinette Waite, and we are back with Karen Deloach. So, Karen, I know that you were just showing me your books. Can we talk about a couple of your books that we talked about earlier?
Yes, this one is on my website, KarenDeloachArt.com. And this book can be done. You can just buy the book and do the exercises. I talk a lot about my philosophy of creating a no criticism zone, and you really getting over some of the negative things where people, I don't have a talent, but if you can dream, you can draw. That's one of my things.
So the title of the book is How to Draw.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Pretty simple. Yeah. It says exercises for skill development. And then that one, and this one, my students at the college have to buy. We just finished the second edition. This is the first edition. And it's got what I was talking about before, the 1,800 images, because I really want my students to look at beauty. And I got to select all the images. And as a believer, it's from a biblical worldview, which the truth is most of Western art has a biblical worldview. If you look at it closely,
that is the art, really... history, and appreciation. So make sure you guys check that out. It is available in her website, KarenDeloach.com. That's KarenDeloach.com. All right, Karen, question for you in regards to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show, and you are going to be hosting starting in October. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so tell us, what is something that they can expect from your show?
Well, I have been blessed with wonderful creative friends. I have friends that are painters, that are filmmakers, that are theater actors and paint and sculptors. And so I'm planning to interview and really introduce the world to some amazing people that I know and have had the privilege of working with in one way or another. So that's my plan. And we will start October 8th with Maria Crane, who is a painter and an artist. And she has a message about overcoming bullying that is so compelling. She was in her words, a little fat girl who got teased so badly that she would just sit in the corner during recess. Nobody talked to her. They just teased her. They treated her bad. And a teacher, when she was really little, gave her some crayons and a book and told her she was special and that she was an artist, and it just saved her life. So she's got a healing story from art herself that is really, really precious. Okay. And she's a beautiful artist. So I really love to share her with the world. So she'll be my guest in October.
Wow, that's exciting. But the theme of your show is all about fun, right? So are you doing some drawing or show some art way of creating something? Is that part of it too?
Absolutely. One of the things Maria does is works with really putting up dream boards, or where you visualized your life, and she'll be sharing about that, and that'll be fun. And Caleb Varnado, who's a filmmaker, will show you the use. He and I made a film together just using our iPhones, that we could show that you can do a short movie using your phone and techniques, and he can share about that. That even if it's because that's what your children want to do, that you can show them some ideas on how they can create films. So we're always going to have, and for me, it's about hands-on. So when I'm doing it, I'll be requiring my viewers, if they're watching, to actually do some exercises with me. And if they're listening, then they can go home and try it when they have the time.
Okay. And what is your uh, vision for, maybe in 5, 10 years? What is the vision for your show? Aside from, bringing your expert, what do you see happening in over 5 years?
Well, I love community. It's one of the things I love about filmmaking. It's a collaborative art. It's the idea of artists inspiring artists and people that have similar vision. You really encouraging each other and being here. And I have a Facebook group called Christian Creatives, and that's what it's about, encouraging other artists, because we all need encouragement. We have those little voices that try to tell us you're not good enough, and most of us have that to overcome. And so when you're having fun and you're trying something new and you're giving yourself the grace to have a good time, it changes your life. Okay. And so I can see more and more people, especially my senior age group, finding their creative spark and thriving in an arena that maybe they had ignored while they raised their families or had a career. And now that they're maybe approaching or retirement age, they're looking to have that encouraged and trained up so they could thrive in that arena.
Okay. Now, do you if there's a group of seniors that wants to, work with you, do you provide any kind of events, or what do you have in order for you to help them out?
I do webinars. I do free webinars once a month that are on Zoom, and you can find me on Facebook, Karen Deloach on Facebook, and I will always be advertising the next webinar. And from that, I give opportunities for either group coaching experiences or one-on-ones. And I'd love to have you call me. So, just go to my website, download that free book, and we can talk, set up an appointment, and find out what is your personal goal. What would you want to see happen, to bring life and creativity into your life at this point. So KarenDeloachArt.com.
So anyone who is a senior, who is a mom who's doing homeschooling, you have all the young kids that are trying to figure out, their creativity, and even anyone who's trying to, find a way to heal themselves. These are all your the people that can reach out to you, right? That's amazing. A lot of people that would really, really want to be connected to you, Karen. So with that, with all of these people, are you planning to do any kind of traveling? I mean, or are you just doing a webinar? Are you thinking of expanding your teaching, going to different states or different organizations?
Yeah, I've been pursuing speaking, doing more speaking, which is how I ended up connecting with you, being on a summit together, doing more summits, doing more podcasts, and doing some stages where I can present this to audiences anywhere and everywhere. I love to travel, and I love to be where people are excited about trying new things, and I'm all about that. I have half my family in Leipzig, Germany, and so that's on my agenda this year, is going to visit my children and grandchildren, of course. And I get to do art with them because they're getting old. They're as they get older, it's more and more fun what they can try.
So I can see where, with it a big company, a corporate world, would that be a market for you also, where they can hire you as a speaker? Because I can see that for some of the organization, especially corporate world, would that be something that they can take advantage in regards to their employees, or inspiring their employees to be more productive? Is that something that you can help with?
Absolutely. I've been reading books and studying all these scientific reasoning behind what happens when your right brain gets stimulated and excited, and you start utilizing it. It affects every part of your life. It affects your relationships. It affects your love life. It affects the way you spend and use money. It actually affects every part of your life. You feel better. You think more clearly when you draw. And Well, it doesn't take a lot of time. And that's the thing, even just 15 or 20 minutes a day of a creative outlet. And so if CEOs and human resources people in corporate America really got a handle on if they see employees that seem to be burned out or stressed, and it doesn't have anything to do with their work, it has to do with what's happening in their personal lives. Maybe a whole world went through a huge crisis, trauma, for a few years that has affected people in many ways. And I don't have all the answers, but I have a answer that will really truly make a difference in a lot of people's lives. And they could see for a fun workshop with hands-on experiences how everybody not only surprises themselves by how well they do, but they notice how much better they feel doing it. It
Okay,
is
so
fun.
if we're talking about a workshop, how many hours would it typically, when you do a workshop, how many hours do you normally do it for a corporation? Or is that depends on what they need?
Absolutely. It's what the need is. But usually, you don't want to overstimulate. An hour workshop is long enough to start with, unless you're doing more sculpture, or like with Maria when she does her vision boards, they can take more time. And you can also get somebody started and they can work on things over time. They don't have to finish, I don't finish a painting in one sitting. I'm working on a commission now. I've already worked on it 5 different days. So there are some things I can work on a little bit every day to get it done. And then there's some projects you just start drawing and you can get them done in a minute, So I have projects short term and long term. So it just depends upon what's needed and what's available. I've done 3-hour workshops before.
Okay. Because this is very interesting to me, because if you're talking about, helping people with their right brain and apply it to somebody's business in, being very creative, that actually is going to be a very powerful service that you can provide to big corporations, especially when they are working, more than, 8 hours a day. And, your brain needs to somehow process certain things that can be improved. But anyway, I'm going to take another commercial break here, Karen. I mean, this is so exciting of what you share to people. And then my mind is being created just by talking to you. You are amazing. I love to see you, become more available to, different states, because I think they can totally use you for a lot of things because of what you're sharing today. So anyway, to everyone out there, you're hearing from Karen Deloach, who is so creative and, will definitely spike your brain into being very creative. So make sure you tune in. We have one more segment with her here at the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show. I am your host, Marie Antoinette Waite, and don't go away. We will be right back.
Looking to attract your target market without soliciting or doing the cold calling? Call Marie Waite and book your consultation. Branding gives you the power to create a unique and classy perception of your business for your target audience. A marketing plan without the right branding will always cost more, take longer, and tend to deliver subpar results compared to a well-branded business. Marie Waite is a branding strategist who formulates effective marketing and media programs to promote your business in building your name, brand, and legacy. Marie has over 10 years of experience and a proven record of creating strong brand content for business owners, entrepreneurs, and companies using her creative ideas, recommendations, and innovative programs. Book now at mariewaite.com or call her at 951-378-5316, 951-378-5316.
This is Steve Matley. Join me every Thursday at 3 p.m. right here on KCAA for Building Solid Foundations Radio Talk Show. I spent decades as a professional construction manager, business owner, real estate developer, and a college educator, and I enjoy learning new things from other people. We talk a lot about real estate, business, and finance, but we cover a diverse range of other topics as well. Some of the topics we've discussed in the past few months include real estate investing, leadership, higher education, ADUs, marketing using technology, multifamily rental properties, business strategy, entrepreneurship. You never know who may show up or what they may talk about, so join us right here on KCAA for Building Solid Foundations Radio.
Do you remember the power of dreaming? M. Teresa Lawrence helps us all reconnect with imagination through her renowned Leadership of Play coaching program. Schedule a session with Teresa on Instagram at Your Trueness to ignite creativity and pursue huge dreams once more. Don't let your spark fade. DM Teresa at Your Trueness today and reclaim the magic of dreaming.
Fire Up Connect is the most innovative business networking group, supporting and collaborating with a dozen of small businesses that are interested in building and establishing strong business connections. Hosting educational live seminars while carrying out business and community-driven projects, as well as marketing programs as a part of its membership program. Fire Up Connect also offers virtual assistance with a wide range of services including inbound customer support, chat support, appointment setting and email management, graphic designing, video editing, web design and development, social media marketing, e-commerce solution, content writing and much more. For more information, head on over to www.fireupconnect.com. Fire Up Connect, helping success stories unfold every day.
Welcome back here at the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show. I'm your host, Marie Antoinette Waite, and Karen Deloach. It was such an amazing information what you just shared with me. So here's an opportunity to talk to your listeners and audience, and so tell them exactly what they need to know about everything that you do.
Well, thank you so much, Marie. This is exciting. I do have such a passion for it because I truly believe since we were created by a creator, we have his creative spark in us. Every single person does. And of course, I'm talking about fine arts and creative arts hands-on, but there's also dancing and singing and playing music. All three of my sons are musicians, and my daughter, they're writers and visual artists. So creativity comes in all kinds of ways. And I really would love to see a movement in our nation where our children are better educated in their right brain creative outlets, that they actually have more opportunities. It's been cut a lot out, and I want to fill that gap for people. And it's never too late. And that's what you need to know, that if you feel like, oh, my child's now past 8, no, that's not too late a window. I work a lot with older children and homeschooling. I can give high school credit for the class when they're 8 through 12th grades, and really teach them how to use their mind to give themselves a positive outlook on their own efforts, that they can give themselves grace to try new things and give themselves others grace and not be critical with our mouths. So you can see how many ways that can apply in life if you're already trained to be positive with your words and not be critical. I don't ever let my students, even when I'm in large groups, say anything negative about anybody's work. And if they say, oh, I did a terrible job, I'm like, no, don't talk about my art student that way. You can't get away with talking about my student that way. Well, and they're like, well, I meant me. I'm like, you're my art student. Don't talk about yourself that way. It's like almost like the older we get, sometimes the more negative we can be. Oh, I can't draw a straight line. Well, you know what? I'm an artist, but I use a ruler when I need to make a straight line, just like normal people. So I don't know how that's a criteria, but there's some point where in their development, they got the belief inside, I can't draw. They tried it and it didn't work. They just didn't have the training. They didn't have someone to mentor them through the process. And I love doing that, whether it's painting or drawing. I love to teach painting. I love to teach color theory and how to paint from colors of life. How do you find those colors? You don't make shadows with black because that's not true life. And how to mix and match. So that's one of the big things I teach is color theory and how to apply it to mix and match colors from life. And I really want to see a resurgence of art in our culture and in our young people that is full of joy and beauty. There is something instinctive in humanity that we love and appreciate beauty. And that we're the only species that does. We love beauty. We respond to beauty. And again, that good serotonin release when we look at pictures of babies and puppies. And that's why the internet's full of puppies and kittens and little children, because it just makes us all happy to see that life. And art is a big part of how that can work and crosses over. A lot of my students were handicapped children, either physically handicapped, mentally handicapped, emotionally reading challenged students who maybe haven't had success in their left brain academics, but they can come into the studio and I can make sure that they have a positive experience in art. And that way it makes them feel better about other issues in their life. You know, you were talking about corporate America. How many corporations are dealing with maybe very well trained and older employees that aren't ready for retirement? They don't want, but they're not functioning at their most enthusiastic. 20 minutes a day of creativity will bring that sparks, and they can get new ideas and witty inventions and let their imaginations explore new avenues that hadn't been thought of before. It's in every human being. We all have that. We will not be replaced by AI. I'm not intimidated by AI. Matter of fact, I love Chat GPT to help me with some of my writing stuff, but we're never going to be replaced by a computer because they can't appreciate beauty. They can't appreciate the heart and soul of a person the way we can. And everybody is unique. There aren't too many artists, just like there's not too many musicians or too many actors. We all bring ourselves to the table and we are all unique. Gosh, we got 10 different fingerprints and nobody has the same ones. We don't even have two eyes. I can't wear my glasses upside down. It doesn't work for one or the other eye. And nobody else can wear my glasses, trust me. So we have all that diversity, all of that uniqueness, and we don't want to all be the same. We want to have our own flavor and be our true or authentic selves. And that always includes some arena of creativity.
Wow, that is amazing. Oh my, okay. So what is our call to action for all of your listeners?
Please contact me either through KarenDeloachArt@gmail.com or KarenDeloachArt.com, my website, where you can download the free book about art as self-therapy. And I have my other books on for sale there, but please connect with me if you want to find out more or find out how we can have a conversation about how I can serve you or serve your company or serve your group. Maybe you have a group you want to do art with. And I love hands-on workshops. I'm all about doing it.
Yes, and just having fun and think about, if you're a business owner, make sure you take advantage of Karen's ability to help and improve your employees. I mean, or anybody that you work with, because she really enhanced someone's mindset, and that's something that is important nowadays. To be very, inspired and activate that creativity in you. That is so awesome, Karen. So anyway, well, thank you so much for your amazing time, and I'm excited for you being the host of the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show, and you're gonna be on the first Sunday of the month, right? That is
second Sunday
the
of
second
month,
Sunday.
October 8th. Yeah.
Yes, second Sunday of the month. So make sure you tune in to our show. Every Sunday at 3 o'clock p.m. We have different hosts, including Karen, and we are on 10:50 a.m., 106.5 FM. And then we are all in your favorite streaming channels, including Pandora, iHeartRadio, Spreaker, Sticky Live, you name it, we are in there. And if you want to watch it on demand, we are available on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, and Android. Just make sure to subscribe to Building Solid Foundations channel. I am your host, Marie Antoinette Wade, and always make sure you find ways to create a fabulous lifestyle through our show. Thank you so much, Karen, for your time. And thank you, everyone, for tuning in to our show. And we will see you next time, or we'll talk to you next time. Thank you. Bye now.
Welcome to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show, where we talk about food, fashion, finance, and foundations of life. We are live on KCAA Radio Broadcasting Network. KCAA is affiliated with CNBC, NBC News, and NBC Sports. We are sponsored by Sheltered Studios, Fire Up Connect, and Building Solid Foundation.
News, weather, and talk from KCAA.